Well, Merry Christmas,
12 days of balls.
Oh, God, you're just garbage. You're a garbage robot. You're basically a garbage can, but you have a voice that I paid for you to have.
Eat shit.
I paid for you to exist, man. Yeah, whatever. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To be honest, I can't be mad at you, Meph. Joking aside, I am in one of the best moods I've been in a very long time. You know how the resource of time is one of the, if not most finite resources anyone ever has, and you never really get it back? I kind of just did. My wife and I, Dana and I, kind of just did in a weird way. We had a 1-2 punch of phenomenal news concerning Mabel. For those longtime listeners of the show, Mabel is our dog. We are a dog lover, like a lot of you out there. She was recently diagnosed with mast cell tumors on her legs, 2 of them. We got them surgically removed, and we were awaiting the pathology results to see how serious the cancer was. Well, it turns out there is no cancer. It was misdiagnosed. And that was some of the best news we could have gotten. Details aside. Yeah, just basically went in there, waiting for the results. She got her stitches out, and I'm like, oh, well, we can tell you about the results. And I'm like nervous, that feeling where like everything's about to change. Oh my God, it's going to be stress. And like, I just feel so bad for her. I love her so much. And then like, oh yeah, she's fine. Come again? She's and I just in shock, and it was such a great day and all this. So while we were about to get her surgery to get these removed, we got a DNA test for her age. We had gotten a DNA test to see her breed mix and all that in the past, because we usually get foster dogs. And when we got her, her age was assumed to be 4. So she would be roughly 7 right now. We wanted to get her age tested to also coincide with the results of the pathology to find out how much are we going to really, put her through. If she's, depending on her age, we wanted to know for health concerns and all that. So we're like, all right, well, on the lowest side, she's 7, maybe she's actually more like 9 or 11. And, we've been through that before. Losing a dog is one of the worst things ever. And so we got the results of her age today, maybe we were thinking 8 for sure. She's fucking 4 years old.
Holy shit!
We somehow gained 3 years with our dog, just reverse time. We assumed that she was much older. Anyway, you get the point, right? We assumed she was older, and even the language you get from these DNA test results for the age is you're like very sympathetic, like we apologize, the dog's probably older than you thought, and it's sad. No, she's in fact gone in a time machine backwards and is going to be with you for much, much longer than you even thought. So couldn't ask for anything better for Christmas. She's healthy as a horse. She's 3 years younger than we thought. And so nothing can really ruin this, including Meph, you garbage can. I'm excited to have this next guest on. Let's just get right to it. On the 9th day of balls, pinball gave to me. Erika's pinball journey on Craig, Bobby, Buffalo, Pinball Cabin, Shipping, David, Dennis, Till, and Rachel Best. Dodge Pinball Podcast, Yoga, Triple Drain, one half of Meth, and the Shoe Zach Manning. Merry Christmas, Erika, from Erika's Pinball Journeys. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks so much, and Merry Christmas to you too.
I was on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. I don't know. I started seeing your logo pop up, and I was very impressed by the art. And I recently watched the interview you did with the kind of the making of the Aliens pinball machine, and that was off the charts. How long have you been doing this? Well, as you call it, the pinball journey.
Well, my pinball journey kind of started in February of 2022. I had a friend that bought a Jurassic Park Data East, and he's like, yo, Erika, you need to get a pinball machine. And I had started a new corporate job and not traveling as much. And then I was like, yeah, I think I want a pinball machine, and bought a Lord of the Rings, and I haven't looked back since. I saw your we were like-minded souls, your top 5 video, the Kineticist had us do, and Lord of the Rings is your number 1, right? Yeah, it is. I love that game and movie, like all of it.
And as a filmmaker, right? The way you described it in your video, I watched it like 3 times because you were getting into, the Fellowship and the Two Towers and Return of the King.
Yeah.
I could see the enthusiasm. And honestly, that video is one of the reasons, like, you should totally come on here. We haven't talked before. Spoiler alert to all the listeners. We've never talked. So thank you very much for joining and just going through the circus with us.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy the show.
From what I've seen, your stuff is just top notch. So please keep doing what you're doing. Were you at Expo this year, I think?
I did go to Expo. I have a recap video I'm working on. Yeah, it's just tough, like life, like I have like a job and that takes a lot of my time, and I sit on a computer working at my job. So it's just been hard to like, keep going, and video editing takes a lot. And I don't know, I'm put like a standard for myself and felt a lot of pressure. Honestly, people really liked my videos, and I just want to make sure that I continue with that. I really enjoy doing it. I'm not an editor by any means. I used to edit back in the day a bit when I was working freelance on film stuff, but now I'm mostly like a supervisor, coordinator. I've done AD work and was a PA for many years, or production assistant for those of you that don't know the film terms and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in the film industry since like 2015, I think.
Wow.
And been in corporate now for almost 2 years. But before this, I was working on movies and TV shows, and I was on sets and working on movies, and yeah, I was like
No shit.
a blast. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one of those that you can talk about? I don't know what I don't know. I've never talked to anyone who's worked in film or any of that stuff. Any like awesome memories from that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked on some pretty cool stuff. I am on IMDb, so you can find me on the International Movie Database, or IMDb, usually. Yeah. I'd say like my coolest project, I mean, I worked on Matrix 4.
Fuck off. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, I worked on that.
Okay, I got to show you something. I'm not taking my clothes off. I'm just taking my arm out of the sleeve.
Okay.
So this tattoo.
Oh, yo, let's go.
You see it?
I know, White Rabbit.
Yeah, so I got that in anticipation for Matrix 4, because growing up, well, so I'm 41, but when the first Matrix came out, I was like, what the hell was that? And then like a week later, I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And then got really into it enough to where when it got announced that they're making Matrix 4, I was like, I've always thought of getting the White Rabbit tattoo with the red and blue pill. And then that one, I just got in the hype, and I was like, yeah, exactly what you said. Let's go. So I got it, and I love it. I mean, I think there's some naysayers out there about the movie, but you worked, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's just talk about Matrix instead of pinball, but wow. Yeah. I honestly don't think you could have said a better movie. Truly.
Yeah, it's probably the coolest one. I did a really fun one called Black Bear. It's a movie with Aubrey Plaza, Christopher Abbott, and
oh shit,
and whatnot. So that one was really fun, and I like lived at the house we filmed at. So
what
crazy times.
Fuck?
Yeah.
So would you like a rumored Matrix pinball machine?
Oh,
would that be up here?
Hell yeah! I heard like somebody was telling me. I don't tell a lot of people that I like. I tell people I've worked on movies and TV shows, but I don't really say what. Like my last name, I don't really like put it out there.
Same.
A lot. Like people ask it, but like it's not something I'm like, oh yeah, my last name is blah blah blah.
So your pinball stuff. I mean, it's called Erika's Pinball Journey. Is kind of the overall thing. I mean, that is that the YouTube, right? It's called Erika's Pinball Journey.
YouTube, Instagram. I post more on Instagram at the moment. It's a bit easier, right? Like just photos and some small silly videos I have every once in a while. I plan to ramp up a lot more in the coming year. It's just been, like life. It's been hard, but my job, either kind of maybe lucky for me, just went part-time. So I now only work 3 days a week, so I'm now really wanting to dedicate to those 2 extra days now to actually like work on my content, work with local arcades, and just really share with people what I'm learning. Because I just have all these questions my like non-pinball friends ask, and I'm like, I just want to like go to my YouTube channel. Like that was mainly the reason why I wanted to start my channel, was because I got into pinball and like everyone's like, what are you doing? Like, what is this pinball that you're like super into?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, it's this and it's this. And then like, it would just take so long. Like but they would just keep asking me these questions. I'm like, I can't keep spending my day repeating the same story. So I'm just going to make a YouTube channel to direct my friends to, oh, you want to know about tournaments? Oh, go check out my YouTube channel. You want to know what it's like to join a league? Go check out my YouTube channel, you know?
Well, so you get bit by the pinball bug, you start using your talents to make these videos and share with. And I love that it comes out of a place of necessity of your friends asking, because very similar why I started the pinball party. Well, not a very similar reason, but a reason of like, I kept getting grief for people on Pinside. I'd buy a game, play it, sell it. And people were like, what is wrong with you? What do you mean what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. And then to a point, I'm like, I guess I'll just tell you all what's going on because you won't stop asking it. So yeah, same thing. Similar.
Yeah.
Out of a
just
need.
get so many questions. You just got to fill up the gap, you know, like, and it's just so cool. I'm like, I've met so many amazing people and they just want to share like, oh, do you know about this? I'm like, no, tell me more. And I feel like I definitely I want to ramp up what I've been doing and sharing my journey more because I'm learning a lot and I'm not sharing all of it yet. So I need to start sharing more of it. So give the people what they want.
I get what you're saying though, like when life gets in the way and it becomes like, it's a lot to do this. And then the quality you're putting into your videos, I respect it big time. And I can empathize with like, I'm the same way. And I made the mistake recently of like putting out a couple podcasts when I was just like in a bad mood and didn't care. Didn't do any editing, didn't do anything. Like, and like, I got to stop doing that. Anyway, speaking of pinball, what is Erika's favorite pinball thing of 2023?
Well, I got to go to Expo this year and that was really awesome. I had heard about it last year when I got into it and getting to go and meet people and see people. I listened to their podcasts, watched their YouTube channels. Like it was really just like really inspiring and really pushed me to like want to keep making more. And the fact that some people recognize me too, I was like, wow, I don't even have that many people right now. Like on Instagram, I'd say I have more. But I think that once I start ramping up more content, more people will be interested.
Did you meet Rachel Best there? Rachel from Electric Bat?
Yeah. I briefly saw them. They were doing like a live stream and I was like interviewing someone and they're like, oh, and there's Erika from Erika's Pinball Journey. And I was like, oh, hey. And then they like kept going. It's just like a fun little thing. But yeah, I saw them for a little bit, said hi.
Well, she's a fan of yours as well. I was talking with her when we were just doing this and how I brought it up. I was like, I should bring on Erika. What do you think? And she's like, yes. I'm like, all right, sold. So that was it.
Yeah, I really want to go to their arcades so bad. Like I'm putting it on my list of arcades to see in 2024.
Bring a video camera and make a video, please, so I can watch it.
Yes. Oh, definitely. I don't go anywhere without it. I mean, yeah, I don't have my expo video up yet, and that was back in October. But I have some break now during the holidays, and I'm just gonna really hash through it.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I do. I feel like watching all the science videos and things I have, I'm like, there's no way, man. We're so small. This universe is huge. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
How about ghosts?
Yeah, sure. Supernatural. Feel like things happen to people and there's just like a weird sixth sense sometimes. And I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Sure. Ghosts are real.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Confirmed. Do you have a favorite made up monster? Oh, maybe not made up. Loch Ness Monster, Sasquatch, Yeti, Chupacabra.
Favorite made up monster. You know, I like a unicorn or a mermaid. Those sound pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I got a Fathom, so mermaids.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
One of the new ones?
Fix it. No, I have a classic Fathom. Somebody had it in their storage for like 20 years and me and my dad were like, that's a pretty fun game. So I'm actually fixing it this Christmas. I'm really excited. Me and him are going to work on it.
Your friend got you into it, but your dad is also now into pinball? Or did you get him into it? Or was he kind of into it as well? Or how'd that?
He played pinball before. Like as a kid, he talked about it. And then it's funny, I got my dad back into pinball. Like he played when he was younger, but not a lot. You know, he told me stories like, oh yeah, I remember I'd spend all my quarters over at this one place and we'd play at... He grew up in Sweden, so they'd have them at the ski lodges or something like that. And he would play. And then I was like, Dad, I want to buy a pinball machine. And he's like, what are you talking about? Pinball? I like played that as a kid. You want to play that now? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, this is what I want to do. And now he's a he's an engineer, so it's been really fun for me and him to like work on this, and it's like got his like creativeness sparked back. And he just retired, so it's kind of nice because it's something me and my dad get to do together, and I get to spend time with him. So,
Yeah. Do you have, and would you please enunciate your favorite curse word?
Oh, yeah. I like saying
Jesus, that might even be too bad for this show. Can you tell me something aside from the Matrix 4 set, that can also be the answer, but can you tell me something about yourself that you're proud of?
Something I'm proud of for myself. I think putting myself out there and finally making this channel. I shot like a episode back in September of 2022, and I like hated it.
Did you?
And I decided, yeah, I could probably share with you my awful takes.
It's not out there?
It's definitely not out there, but you know, maybe I make a Patreon and people can watch me struggle.
Yes.
See the Erika's pinball struggles journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, my first episode, even I did 3 takes of that. It's like 3 hours of footage of me trying to talk on camera, and I really sympathize for the actors I've worked with over the years. I'm like, holy moly, this is hard. Like, and figuring out my style, you know, like I like to think I'm a very funny, positive, happy person. And sometimes when I'm recording, though, I feel like it's pretty late at night, and I have roommates, so I wonder. I'm like just almost feel embarrassed, like I'm like, "Hey, everybody, today
right.
I'm just like, you know," and you're just like talking really loud, but no, they're like gamers too, so they probably have their headphones on and don't even know. So
or they're streaming on Twitch, and
yeah, they don't.
It is hard though, right? The like, "Hey, everybody, what's up?" You know, and I. Like when I'm doing a podcast, or I mean, it's much easier like talking with someone like you to actually be excited. But when you're by yourself and you're just like, "What's up, everybody? I'm so pumped," and you're just, it's hard.
Yeah, and then like for me, I'm starting to have to get used to recording myself in public, like facing the camera towards me and being like, "Hey, everybody, I'm here at Expo, and I want to share with you." Like that feels like it's so hard for me. Like I'm not that person. I feel like I've faked it before. Like I've played around with friends, like went to the Santa Monica Pier with some friends, and we took our phones and we're pretending that we were YouTubers. Like, "What's up, my 2 million subscribers?" Like me and my friends just like joking around, being all silly. But when I actually have to do it, like for this channel, I'm like, oh wow, like this is hard. So I'm proud that I'm building up to being more confident of like just being on camera in person and like going out there and just like allowing myself to be silly and making this content, because pinball's fun. I want to have fun, and I don't want my videos to be like, and so pinball is great. You get a ball and
Well, from what I've seen, I'd say keep going, keep doing what you're doing. It comes across, the enthusiasm, the joy. Even the like the outtakes on the, I think it was your favorite 5. Is that where you had some outtakes on? I watched them. Yeah, it was good. I like that stuff.
People have told me they really like the outtakes, so I think I'm just gonna keep them. And I have so many.
Yeah. Sign up for your Patreon. You'll get to see 3 hours of them.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
How much you bench?
How much do I bench? Oh man. I haven't been hitting the gym much lately because I have a torn tendon in my foot. But
Ow.
when I was benching, I think I was at 85 pounds. But
nice.
My max before, oh man, I used to be able to do 135. I think that was what I did before, 135.
Hell
but
yeah.
At the moment, maybe like 85 was. Maybe right now, you give me some weights, probably I'm going to do like 70.
Well, I thought when you were walking down the stairs, peek behind the scenes, everyone listening, she had to switch rooms because of the internet. I didn't want to say, I was like, "Are you hobbling a little bit?" But is that
yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your tendon.
Here's my foot.
Whoa! It's in a bag.
It's in a bag because we don't wear shoes in our house, and I only have one boot. So I'm wearing one of those like medical slipper things to keep my boot clean.
I'm just gonna ask this question. You can answer it now, or if you want to wait a little bit. Do you have In the spirit of Seinfeld's Festivus, where you air grievances of each other, do you have a pinball grievance of 2023 that you could share? Something that you were disappointed with, a game you didn't like, a something, aside from obviously your tendon is probably not a joyful part.
My foot has been a hindrance on my life for like 2 months now, actually a bit longer. But I didn't know it was torn for a long time. But
really,
yeah, I've been walking around with it like for like 6 months and didn't know it. Yeah, but that's a whole story. But now I'm on the way to recovery, and I think that's really great. But like a grievance, I'd say like I really wish that I put out more content. Like I have so many videos, and I just need to put in the time, and I need to stop being in my head so much, I think, and just like put it out there. I think, people are going to love it or hate it. And I'm just want to just share this newfound love I have and just like educate people about things. And sure, tell me my top 5 are wrong. I think that was pretty funny. Some people messaging me telling me you have the wrong top 5 games. And I'm like, what? Like you have, sure.
From my experience, I mean, from what I've seen, you're good at it. No matter, I would say put it out, because you're going to get people who naysay anyways, no matter what. The bigger, the better you do, you're going to get more. I've gotten plenty of just hurtful, like a couple that are just like, wow, you took your time out of your life to message someone that just to make them feel bad. Luckily, I have my wife, and when we just, we rip them a new asshole on our side. Just like, wow, fuck you, what a piece of shit. And friends and Kale and Rachel, we all sympathize. And I mean, it happens, but I get it. Like there's stuff I don't want to put out because I'm afraid of the backlash, but it's going to come. Even the better you do, the more you're going to get.
I think that's a new like mindset. I didn't think of it. Like I'm just like sharing some things I think that are interesting. And if you don't like it, like some people have told me that I've taught the wrong thing on like how to get into pinball. Like I'm like, okay, like thank you for your feedback. Like I do, I'm happy to take it, like constructive criticism. And, I know I'm not going to please everybody. Like, I'm doing it how, like, in my mindset, like, from what I've seen and how I've experienced. It's, like, literally Erika's pinball journey. If you don't like Erika's pinball journey, then like, but I want it to be, like, everyone's journey in a way, too. It's, like, I want to bring other people in and whatnot and share with my friends and collaborate with others. And, it's, like, a whole journey for everybody. Like you're on your pinball journey. Like you've,
Kinda, yeah. Well, keep doing yours though. I mean, it's working. I mean, I saw it. I liked it. I'm like, hell yeah. Let's talk. Just keep going. What do you want for Christmas this year? Anything specific?
Ooh, I would love an Elton John pinball.
Yeah.
If I could afford that for Christmas this year, that would have been amazing. My dad and I would have. Yeah, he would have absolutely loved going to Expo to play it. I just kept thinking of him and how he'd work on the games and like, Elton John.
You want to bring him next year? Bring him next year.
Yeah, I'm going to try. He's got a thing with his back right now, so the flight was going to be too hard on him. Like I was trying to bring him. I was going to be like, Dad, come on. You're going to be a part of the show now, and everyone wants to see you. People that know me in person see him, so...
I have a good back and flights hurt, so I can't imagine. Yeah, no thanks.
No, yeah, from California. It's a little bit of it's about 5 hours, I think.
Oh, yeah. For me, it's just actually for me it's a 5 hour drive, 4.5, but flight about 30 minutes. What are you looking forward to the most in 2024 in the world of pinball?
Yeah, I'm always excited for new games. I'm excited to play what's come out, and somewhere nearby me got a Elton John, so I'm excited to go to their place a lot and play. And then I saw Spooky's new release. I'm excited to play. I'm not a big horror fan, so probably I'll play Texas Chainsaw, but it's I'm such a baby when it comes to scary movies, so I've never seen it. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for Looney Tunes when it comes up at some local location. And whatever new games. Insider Connected has been really great. I want to do a little bit better at that and get my badges. I think that's pretty fun and interactive. And just make more content and be more consistent. So,
speaking of, what's next on your docket for Erika's pinball journey on YouTube? Is it the Expo video, or you got something else coming up?
Yeah, I have a video for an arcade that I love, Lynn's Arcade down in Seaside. I absolutely adore those people there, and I have an interview I did with them a few months ago. So it's actually I'm like re-editing it now, and I'm like, oh man, this came out before Venom, so like they're talking about all this stuff here, like we talked about the future of pinball and stuff. But yeah, I have Lynn's Arcade episode is next, and then I do have an expo recap, and then I have a Gottlieb prototype video that I'm really excited about.
So for the people that want to see your stuff and follow Erika's pinball journey, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Erika's Pinball Journey. I'm that on every social media platform, wherever you get your stuff. I'm more active, I'd say, on Instagram, but I'm working on my Facebook and my TikTok and, you know, all the social type things. But yeah, it's Erika's Pinball Journey across the board on everything.
Okay.
Luckily, it wasn't taken.
Yeah. Well, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. I know it was short notice, and I really appreciate you hopping on out of nowhere and doing this with me.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I really enjoy listening to your podcast. It's one of my favorites. It's always a party. And yeah, it's really enjoyable. So thanks for even reaching out. It was really cool.
Of course. Well, keep doing what you're doing. And everyone go check out Erika's Pinball Journey on everything she mentioned. Go specifically, I mean, the untold story behind Pinball Brothers' new Ripley version on YouTube is awesome. It's worth the channel in and of itself. So thanks again. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.